Yo, so hey, we gonna go through a couple more of these games before we go ahead and end this week one around the NFL. Green Bay lost to Philly
Man,
34-29.
game,
Philly struggled.
great game.
Yeah, great game. Philly
That was
struggled at points without Kelsey, but they still stayed in it. But the big thing is Jordan Love injured out for they're thinking about 4 to 6 weeks with an MCL sprain.
yeah, that knee. You saw it. You saw it pop.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, golly, that
Mm-hmm.
sucks. And it sucks for Green Bay because I feel like they're such on a roll. You definitely want him to be back sooner than later,
Mm-hmm.
um, because they do have a dynamic squad. But I think that game was really good, back and forth. There were times where I thought Eagles were a little struggling, but then they got it together. The new center, like you said, Kelsey's not there. Learning, there was a couple, when
Bad
they were,
snap.
yeah,
Yeah.
really bad
Oh, yeah.
snap, and it not even ready. The whole offensive line moves, and Hurts was like, I didn't say, go. Like, there was a lot of trying to get it together. I do not think that they'll get a pass when they come against some harder defenses,
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of teams are going to take advantage of those plays.
Oh,
But
yeah.
first game jitters. Well, what you thinking? Are you thinking the Eagles are going to be the same Eagles? I mean, they're going well, not the same Eagles that we saw the last 6 games of the year last year, but the
Mm.
same Eagles that we're used to seeing with them being dominant.
Well, look, AJ Brown, he dominated, he balled out. Devontae Adams didn't do bad himself, and hey,
Yeah,
look, Hurts is still putting up numbers. And they still were able to get the win. And when you look at it, you look in our division. I'm sorry. I mean, they got to face y'all, and we give the Eagles a run every single year,
every
but
time.
but we still got it.
Don't step out of bounds this year.
Well, we'll see. Well, we.
That was a tough one. That was a tough one because Washington almost got him. Almost got him.
You know what? If we would have won that, Sam would still be here. But I'm not going to talk about that right now because Sam is collecting a check.
Yeah, my boy Sam Dirty.
He's collecting a check, all right, in Seattle. So
Yes,
I'm
he
going to
is.
leave that
Yes,
alone.
he has moved on. But shout out to Green Bay. I think that once Jordan Love does come back, they should be the same top caliber team that we saw. They did not go down like slumps. I think that they, just didn't take advantage of those times where the Eagles clearly were not on one good, the right page, the same page at all. But they were able to come back in moments where they needed them. Saquon Barkley.
My goodness.
Mother
My goodness.
Saquon. I only wanted to worry about you, with the Giants. Because I knew the Giants couldn't do nothing. You were going to be you, but the Giants team. But Saquon, man, that boy's nasty. That boy is nasty. I appreciate those 3 touchdowns, Saquon.
I don't
I'm
remember.
for my fantasy. So Quan is feeling the remnants of Saquon Barkley this day. This day right here, he
I don't
really
like Saquon.
in the Saquon heat.
I don't like Saquon. It was bad enough, Saquon, when the Giants had nothing, but you beat us by yourself. And I was like, okay, but they're still the Giants. I don't care. And then you went to the best team in the division, arguably. I know you feel. And it's like, why are y'all doing this to me? Why? After the performance we had, and then seeing Saquon ball out on Friday night, no less.
Oh my God, he balled out. Saquon just looked nasty, bruh. I'm just like, man, everything that y'all said about him gave him more energy because the Giants was, yapping. Different players from the Giants were just like clowning him and all this for going. Look at him now.
Yeah.
Better offensive line, better team.
Yeah.
Like, what are you really saying here?
Yeah.
Like, he went better all around.
Yeah. I mean, alone, he's better than the entire Giants team. And meanwhile, in New York, is this right? 6 points? Did Washington scored more than 6 points?
Man,
Uh,
it was really bad in your own home. 28-6, Sean.
just looking
Like,
ugly. Did the jerseys look ugly? Your team look ugly?
yeah, I hated the jerseys. I did not like them at all.
Mm-mm.
But the sad part of it all is Daniel Jones, again, no touchdowns,
Yep.
2 interceptions, uh, nothing. Your team did nothing. And I think that they were willing to let Saquon go, which is crazy to me because the thing is, you're going to not pay the best player on your team so you can see what Daniel Jones can do. And now you're really looking, and Sam Darnold was able to beat you. Sam Darnold, who didn't even know he would be starting, come on. It's just crazy.
Sam Darnold. I mean, come on now. You gave this man a resurgence in his career. And look, the Giants were terrible. They 7 of 18 on third, almost 100 yards of penalties, 2 turnovers. You can't even muster up 7 points. And Sam Darnold dominates y'all. Well, at least you get a easy win next week. Play the Washington.
I'm calling that the first Washington victory, baby. I'm calling that the first Washington victory.
Look. Somebody was like, man, Daniel Jones, man, he's garbage. And I think it was a Washington fan. Oh, man, he's garbage. We got a bye week. I said, Daniel Jones is 5-1-1 against Washington. Yeah. So one of those was a tie. Yeah. Yep.
Oh man, I'm
hoping,
Sean. Sean, I am rooting for you, baby. I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for you.
I might not make it if we don't get that dub. I the only thing worse, and we got to play them this year. The only thing worse is if we lose to Carolina. And dear God, if we lose that one, I will be filling out applications because I can't with this.
Oh, Sean, that would be really hard if you guys take it to the Giants next week. Ooh, that would be tough. That would be tough.
Can't do it.
Oh, Sean, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Sean. That we even had to bring it up. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's a rough one. Look, real quick, we're gonna go through some of the other scores. Miami gets the dub, 20-17 over Jacksonville. Tyreek. You see what happened?
Yeah, man. Isn't that crazy? And then they just released the camera. Like, the police were extra aggressive for just a regular ticket. He said, give me my ticket so I can go. And it's a power trip, man. That's crazy. But Tyreek did his thing in the game. Without Tyreek, they don't win. The Jaguars end up trying to come back, but it didn't. Too late. Didn't count. Didn't work. But Tyreek definitely showed out. But that was a sickening video I just watched. Yeah. When they actually released the footage, I'm like, dang, it didn't even have to be all that. Like, put him on the ground and shove him down. He's like, bruh, I said, give me a second. I just had surgery on my knee. Godly, I'm not going to just get down.
And the worst part, and I thought the way he handled it in the press conference after was great, but I think the key thing he said, and it was what ESPN titled the clip, what if I wasn't Tyreek Hill? What if he wasn't this superstar?
He didn't say I play with Miami. I'm a Miami player and I'm getting ready to go to the game. He said nothing. He was literally just trying to be like, yo, what's happening here?
Yeah. So I hate that overshadows the game. But to your point, they did get the dub. Shout out to them for making it happen. Good for them. All right, moving on. Houston pulls it out against Indiana and against the Colts, 29-27. Stroud dominated. Jim Harbaugh in his first game with the Chargers beats the lowly Raiders 22-10. Seattle gets the dub over Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos 26-20. Shout out to Seattle. And last night, the late game, Detroit wins in overtime against the Rams. And it's like, okay, Rams. I think y'all are the ones that are kind of impressed. I knew what Detroit was going to do.
Oh yeah, and then Puka. The Puka's hurt, right?
I believe so. I
Yeah,
believe he
Puka,
went
Puka
down.
got hurt. I did see that game. I think he went out some type of leg injury or something. Puka did. But I was still very impressed with the Rams. I was very impressed watching them. I think that the Rams are actually going to be contenders. I'm very nervous about what they're going to do. Seeing what they were going back and forth with the Lions were, but hey, the Lions are the Lions, Sean. They're
Yep.
gonna be good again.
Yeah, I
They're
think
gonna
I
be
look.
good a freaking again.
We think of those teams that are at the top. We think of. I'm sorry to say, we think of Dallas. We think of San Fran, and you got to put Detroit in that category.
Yeah.
They are up there. I mean, they're ready, and this is the year. But I know they lost Puka, but the Rams, man, Matt Stafford, Cooper Kupp had 14 catches for 110 yards.
Yo, Cooper, look, he's back. Cooper's back.
Oh, absolutely.
Cooper Kupp back. You don't know, last year he had the injury, coming off of the injury, trying to get himself back together. But from looking at that game, he's back.
Yeah. And I'm here for it. I love it. So let's see what they're able to do. There is one more game. The game tonight, San Francisco playing the Jets. It is 23-7, San Francisco without Christian McCaffrey. So shout out to y'all, San Francisco.
I am about that. Why Christian McCaffrey not in? Oh, he was injured.
Yeah.
Something was already wrong before it was questionable about him. But I'm hype about that. I am hype. I'm just hoping Aaron Rodgers doesn't come back, and it looks like it was just an interception. So I'm excited. I am excited about what's going to happen with our good Jets team. I do not want Aaron Rodgers to come back.
Look, we were on here a year ago, and my co-host may or may not have predicted that this man might not make it through the season, and he didn't even make it through the game. So
we were on air. That's crazy. We were on air, and I said we better hope that in bar injury that he doesn't. Yeah, and he got hurt. So I'm gonna not speak that. I'm just not. I just do not. I'm not an Aaron Rodgers fan. He still gets all this recognition from that 1 year of glory, and he had a couple MVPs, but I just something about Aaron Rodgers, man. It's the cockiness about him. I don't know, but I don't like him, and it doesn't help that he always beats my team. So
we know what it is. He a cowboy killer. That's what it is.
Always, you leave 30 seconds on the clock. That's why Dak doesn't have an NFC East championship on his belt, because you leave 40-something seconds on the clock. And Aaron Rodgers is just so happened to be able to launch the ball and kick a field goal and end your whole life. So
you still a little bitter from that.
I'll hold on to that for the rest of my life. I'll hold on to the tears that I cried for the rest of my life. For 30 seconds left that we gave Aaron Rodgers.
That was pretty beautiful. Yeah, but he's 8 of 13, 76 yards. He ain't doing much today. So
yes,
who knows? We'll see, because everybody said with Aaron's back, Super Bowl contender. Well, it don't look like that.
But they are going against San Francisco, and I mean, I was thinking San Francisco may not do much because they were looking a little rough during the preseason, but actually turning it on today, pretty daggone early. I mean, it's just third quarter, 6 minutes left in the third quarter, and it's already 23-7. Yeah.
I think that's where it's at.